The plan after 501 is to stay off the roads, stay in the forest until they make their next plan. I think the beginning of 502, everybody's checking in with everyone. People were getting to past business.
Talk to Rick. Some of them know what you did at the prison.
They all went through these very different experiences after the prison fell, and they've dealt with it in very different ways.
I don't want to talk about it. I can't. There's so much that's unknown in this second episode between Carol and the rest of the group. She doesn't know how much does anybody know, what all has Rick told them.
I still don't know about what you did. I know you knew some things I didn't.
If he did tell them, are they just not bringing it up?
I sent you away to this, and now we're joining you.
Carol still feels enormous guilt. She remembers when Rick sent her away.
Will he have us?
There is a magnanimous quality in Rick. When somebody does something so important, I think you can wipe the slate clean. I think we exist in a world where you can do that.
Thank you.
Ready to get some concrete under your feet?
I think it's time.
That's just sweet music to my ears, officer. In 502, we move into the immediate threat is gone. Now it's sort of back to the mission to get Eugene to Washington. But now we have potentially another team who can very much handle themselves.
Right there is why we're waiting for our moment.
I don't think he wants to tip his hand too quickly to try to act like he is the leader. Take the next road we come to, try to get back to going north till we find a vehicle. Good?
Good.
But sticking with this group for the moment is potentially worth it.
At this point, Rick really has become the guy who can take care of his family and makes those difficult choices, but there is a tremendous amount of distrust.
Come on. Come on.
The first time he meets Gabriel, they have to save him. He's a man of the cloth, but he doesn't have his flock with him. He admits that he's essentially not suited to survive, and I think Rick finds that suspect.
I have a church. Hold your hands above your head.
There's a lot with Gabriel that seems fishy. Something's going on with this guy.
How many people have you killed?
None.
Why?
He knows he's hiding something.
What have you done?
He has some sins of his own to atone for.
We've all done something.
The people that exist in this world now are either incredibly powerful, formidable people, or they're just downright bad.
Nowadays, people are just as dangerous as the dead, don't you think?
No. People are worse. I don't trust this guy. Why?
Rick doesn't really look at Carl as a soldier. Rick looks at Carl as his son. He's a kid.
Why do you trust him?
Everybody can't be bad.
So Rick is being protective.
Never let your guard down. Ever.
He's realized that he's got to be incredibly on point.
You are not safe.
Because they're out in the wilderness with no home, again.
It only takes 1 second, and it's over.
And we have a baby.
I'd like to propose a toast. During the toast, I think for the first time there's a sense of family. That camaraderie, that release that soldiers have. Look around this room. I see survivors.
I think Carol, as much as she has been welcomed back into the group, she has no intention on staying.
I don't know who these people are. Suddenly she's feeling like she's a stranger among the family.
Carol looks out towards the door. There's nobody standing guard. How could they not have somebody at that door? We are vulnerable.
We get Eugene to Washington and he will make the dead die and the living will have this world again. And that is not a bad takeaway for a little road trip. We've rested, we have food, we're resupplied. We can't stay in this church forever. Let's go. Come with us. We see Judith, we see the future. Save the world for that little one. And I use his family as a wedge to get him, because you can see it's the most important thing to him.
I think it's a horizon, it's something. And whether or not he believes it or anybody else believes it, it's a forward motion. And I think that he looks around, he sees the broken faces, everybody's wanting him to make the call. And he looks in the child's eyes,
and the baby starts to coo.
What was that?
It's just this magical moment. It just doesn't get any better than that.
I think she knows what I'm about to say.
It's a smart leadership decision. Let's do it. Come on. It's the future.
If she's in, I'm in. We're in.